Imagine this. You're being hunted by a masked killer, brutally murdered, only to wake up, right back at the start of the same night. That's the chilling nightmare at the heart of David F. Sandberg's 2025 horror film Until Dawn, a relentless, mind-bending time loop thriller, where survival means dying over and over again. But this isn't just a gory slasher, it's a psychological descent into madness, a test of friendship, fear, and fate, set in a place where reality shatters, and death is just the beginning. Let's break it all down. The story follows Clover, a young woman haunted by the disappearance of her sister Melanie, exactly 1 year ago in a place called Clover Valley. Hoping to find answers, Clover returns to the valley with her closest friends, Max, Nina, Nina's boyfriend Abel, and the intuitive Megan. The valley is eerily isolated. They stumble across an abandoned visitor center where they discover two disturbing objects: a dusty sign-in book filled with repeated names, and an ancient hourglass that resets itself without reason. That night, the horror begins. A masked killer emerges and slaughters the group one by one. But then they wake up, right back where the evening began, alive, terrified, but with memories of their gruesome deaths still fresh in their minds. And this is where the real nightmare starts. Each night resets, but the killer changes. One night it's a masked man, the next, a monstrous Wendigo, another night, a ghostly woman with a melted face. Nothing is consistent, except the terror. Each death chips away at their sanity. Clover and her friends begin to fall apart. They argue, they panic, they turn on each other. Trust erodes, the valley wants them broken. They eventually uncover files and VHS recordings left behind in the tunnels below. And what they learn changes everything. The loops are not natural. They're part of an experiment, engineered by a twisted psychiatrist named Dr. Alan Hill, played by the ever-creepy Peter Stormare. Hill's goal? To force people to confront fear through repetition. But his patients didn't just heal, they mutated into Wendigos, into monsters born from endless trauma. Clover finds a video showing her sister Melanie, losing herself loop after loop until she's no longer human, a mindless beast roaming the valley. The group realizes that each person has a limited number of lives, 13 deaths, before they're permanently absorbed into the valley's evil. Time isn't infinite. It's a countdown to transformation. In the climax, Clover, Megan, and Max descend into the sanatorium. They fight their way past hallucinations, possessed corpses, and finally, Dr. Hill himself. Clover tricks Hill into drinking the valley's cursed tap water, which causes internal combustion. Hill explodes in a flash of fire and glass. The hourglass shatters. The loops stop. Morning light breaks through the trees. They've done it. They made it. Until dawn. But the ending leaves us with a chilling final twist. On a security screen inside Hill's destroyed office, we see a new group of teens arriving at a snowy lodge. Blackwood Pines, the setting from the original game. A familiar voice whispers, "How does it feel to be afraid?" Dr. Hill is not gone. So, was this a prequel, a side story, or a start of a new franchise? We're left with questions and chills. Until Dawn, 2025, is more than just a horror movie. It's a story about trauma, repetition, and sacrifice. A brutal ride that forces us to ask, how many times can you die before you're no longer you? What did you think of the ending? Was it satisfying, or did it leave you craving more? Let me know in the comments. And remember, if you see the hourglass turn, run.